My Sharia Moore, Archelon. They look set. Stand by for a start. They're off. Good start too, and Pedanti, one of the first to jump out towards the outside. Camden Yards began well with Dr. Lorna and Swift Tally, and going forward just in behind the Majestic Peak, followed by Cassandra a bit further back in the field, followed by My Sharia Moore, and Auntie Drowie has dropped back to last. 800 metres left to go, and Camden Yards takes the lead by a half length to Dr. Lorna on the outside. Close behind them on the rails, getting a lovely run there is the favourite Pedanti on the inside of Fast Dolly. Close in behind them, Need the Money, and Swift Tally pushing up on the inside, a length and a half for the grey Cassandra. Then Archelon further back in the field out wide as Lenashi, being followed by Majestic Peak, and back in behind them My Sharia Moore. And Auntie Rowie is last of all as they swing around the home turn. 400 metres left to go, and Camden Yards the leader. Half a length to Dr. Lorna, pull to the outside, Pedanti running on, and back in behind them looking for a run, Swift Tally. Further back then is Cassandra, followed by Majestic Peak, who's under the whip, and the others are straggling, headed by Fast Dolly. Pedanti reaches the lead at the 200, clear of Dr. Lorna. Swift Tally coming down the outside, Pedanti's in front. Dr. Lorna on the inside is making a race of it. Swift Tally further back, but it's Pedanti inclined to hang out in the straight, but too good. Pedanti wins it nicely from Dr. Lorna. Third Cassandra, then Swift Tally, Majestic Peak behind them, Camden Yards, followed by Fast Dolly, and Archelon among the tail ends with Lenashi, and Need the Money's finished well back with My Sharia Moore.
Number 13, Pedanti, $1.80 and $1, ridden by Jason Patton. The first favourites home. 6, Dr. Lorna, $6.40, and 4, Cassandra at $5. So
Nucina the favourite, $1.90 on the tote. 1100 metres, starter says go, off to a good start too, and one of the first out, Rustic Cell in the centre. Away quickly also Alpine Girl towards the outside. Gold Toko began well with a Shane the outside, and dropping in behind them is Nucina. A bit further back in the field, Clear the Road is over on the inside of Nearctic Princess, and they were followed by I'm Something Else towards the tail of the field. Settling into stride now, Rustic Cell is headed by Alpine Girl. Close up on the outside, just in behind them, Gold Toko, Privy, and over on the inside is Beesmoir making ground. Alpine Girl is back in behind them. A bit further back is Nucina. A Shane over on the inside. Gold Assumption well back with I'm Something Else, and back in behind them is Frashi, and Clear the Road last of all as they swing for home. Rustic Cell, the leader at the top of the straight with Alpine Girl, and down the outside is Shane. Over on the rail looking for runners, Bees Noir, and pull to the extreme outside. Starting to come home well now is Nucina from a fair way back, but Rustic Cell is clear. Coming to the 200 metre mark from Bees Noir under the whip next is Nucina, and they're followed back along the inside by Seldom Could, and Capriva coming home well. Bees Noir takes the lead with 100 to go. Flying along the inside is Caprivi on the inside, and Bees Noir, they hit it very tight here. Caprivi, Bees Noir just ahead there of Nucina third, followed by Rustic Cell. Seldom caught in behind them, then Alpine Girl. Further back in the field came a Shane, and they were followed well back behind them by Gold Toko as they go to the straight and out of our view at that point. And well back in behind them then came Bold Assumption among the tail enders in company with Clear the Road, and Gold Toko has also finished a fair way back. Unfortunately, from our vantage point here, we can't get a good... And they're off. And over on the inside, Hula's Jep was the first to bound out with Mole Flanders, who began speedily. Away quickly also, Bell Pursuit is looking for the early leader. And to Choose the Blues is racing deep just in behind them, followed by Pindicon and Swoop the City. A length into Kaylin over on the outside of Elty is being followed by Midanet and Grange Hill dropping in behind them, followed by Browser. Second last to Nail, and Carla Glenn has got back to last. Down the side they race, and Bell Pursuit a half length to Mole Flanders. Fledge going quickly around the outside up towards the lead to head them off as they race down to the 800. And Fledged a half length to Bell Pursuit, a length and a half to Mole Flanders. Hula's Jet is on the inside of further back there, Choose the Blues. Just in behind them, moving forward. Then the others was Kaylin, being followed by Swoop the City. A length and a half then Pindicon on the outside of Altius, followed by Grange Hill as well back at that point, followed by Henale. Browse is in behind them, a good long way back. Midanet is second last, and Carla Glenn is last of all as they come up towards the home turn. Bell Pursuit on the inside and Fledged together. 450 metres to run by a length and a half to Mole Flanders. Over on the inside is Hula's Jet, and further back to Choose the Blues. A fair gap in the field at the head of the others, then to Grange Hill as they set sail for home with about 300 metres left to go. Fledged is under pressure. Bell Pursuit fighting on the inside. Hula's Jet trying to get through between runners, and down the outside Grange Hill, and Choose the Blues is struggling as they run down with 150 metres left to go, and Bell Pursuit is the leader. Grange Hill is the big danger, and Henale is storming down the outside, might tip them all out. Henale raced up, hit the front. Henale comes away on the line to score a half length to Grange Hill. Bell Pursuit might just hang on for third from Aldis. Not much between that pair. Then Choose the Blues and Pindicon, and further back in the field would be Hula's Jet, and they were followed next home in the event there, a fair way back in behind them. At the head of the others to Midanet, and a long way back in the field. At the head of the rest of them would be Fledged, who weakened out of it with Browse well back there towards the tail with Mole Flanders and Carla Glenn, and also Kaylin among the tail enders.
Okay, thanks John. Good strong performance by the 8, Henale, 9.
Pattern of Bells makes a good line. Just about set. Ready. And they're off. Good even break out of the stalls too, and one of the first to get out is Joe Dans, quickly passed by Bangarang Lottie, who banded out quickly with no foresighter. Beginning well then Chorus of Angels, and up on the outside going forward is Cornigar. Further back then is Pattern of Bells. Over on the outside, Fantasia Miss back in behind them, a length and a half Kate's Grace, followed by Loverholic. Over on the inside to Bracken Beach, a length and a half to Hit the Forest, followed by Midnight Sun, who's well back on the outside of White Waters, who's second last as they go down the back, and Habanera bringing up the rear. Coming up to the 850 metre mark now, and going fast up on the outside there is Cornigar to join the Habanera. It is has got through on the inside, and the other one in similar colours, Bangarang Lottie, is last of all as they come down the side, where Habanera is in charge by a length in advance of Cornigar. Close up the inside, no foresight with Fantasia Miss, Joe Dans, then Chorus of Angels. Pattern of Bells is in behind them, wide on the track, making a run around them, Hit the Forest, and then Loverholic, followed by Midnight Sun, and further back is White Waters, followed by Bracken Beach, and last of all Bangarang Lottie as they're making the home turn. Habanera on the inside will lead them into the straight, a length and a half to Cornigar. Up on the outside, Fantasia Miss coming with a good run, and wider on the track then is Pattern of Bells, followed by No Foresighter. Halfway down the running, and Fantasia Miss takes the lead. Pattern of Bells coming down the outside is racing after this leader. Fantasia Miss still in front inside the 200 metre mark, is nicely clear of Pattern of Bells, who's trying hard to pick it up, but the leader Fantasia Miss kept going and no danger, and Fantasia Miss clears away on the line to score by 3 lengths to Pattern of Bells. No Foresight third, then Cornigar, Habanera, then Loverholic, followed by Midnight Sun, Chorus of Angels, Joe Dans, Bangarang Lottie well back in the field, and towards the tail there, one of the tail enders in the event would be Bracken Beach.
So number 6, the one that played up at the barrier, gets the prize, and Nashua Willer another winner. Is 190, 2660 Quinella, 10.84 trifecta, 194.70. Here's Bendigo.
The outside Silk Pyjamas beginning very quickly, Vinifera Lady, and over on the outside Beaujolais Miss came out pretty quickly also, and Wild Spice is going up along the inside towards the lead as they settle down, and nice and quick up there in the leading group as they run down past the 600 metre marker. We're over on the inside, Wild Spice is just in advance here of Nice and Quick, and deeper on the track there. At the head of the others came Silk Pyjamas, very deep around the outside there, making ground Dancing Fairy, and they were followed further back in the field by Mulan in the centre as they straighten up with about 400 metres left to go. Wild Spice the leader, about a length in advance now of Silk Pyjamas coming down the centre, and over on the outside Dancing Fairy is joining in, and Amberline getting right up along the inside is also coming home pretty well. Dancing Fairy on the outside has hit the front from Amberline. Silk Pyjamas under pressure, then Wild Spice back behind them, but Dancing Fairy is the leader close to home, and Dancing Fairy just in front. He'll win by a long neck, or she'll win by a long neck, Dancing Fairy from Amberline. Silk Pyjamas third, followed by Wild Spice, and then Vinifera Lady, and My Fancy back in behind them, a good long way back in the field then to New Ants, who's among the tail enders as they go over the line, and well back also to Tinge, and back in that the last group of horses home, well back there would be Mulan, and also Vinifera Ladies finished a long way back. Number 3, Dancing Fairy, $13.80 and $3.20. Drew 2 from the outside.
Bendigo, as we take you back for race 6, here's John Russell.
100 metres, away they go. Amber Plate, one of the first to jump out with Pen Merrick, who began well underway quickly. Also Rain Dance Lady, and going fast up on the outside, Min Min Lights behind them. And they were being followed closely a bit further back by Canella over on the inside, a bit further away then. Over on the outside, the Glove Puppet, a bit further back in the field, then Crystal Siam. And the next to last, Rare Spirit. And in the inside there, She's Electric as last of all with Tairani coming down the side. 850 to run. Amber Plate takes the lead from Ankle Biter. A neck away on the outside to Min Min Lights, a length and a half then to Rain Dance Lady over on the inside, being followed by Pen Merrick. Glove Puppet is further back in the field, going forward behind them. Yellow Card back along the inside then is Rare Print at the head of the others. Then over on the outside, Canella, being followed by Tairani and Crystal Siam, and She's Electric last of all as they approach the home turn. 550 out. Amber Plate is travelling well and will lead around the turn about a half length to Ankle Biter, who's looming up on the outside of 3 deep as Min Min Lights as they straighten up. Behind them looking for a run on the inside is Rain Dance Lady, and further back in the field and down the outside is Yellow Car. They're homeward bound with about 300 metres left to run. Amber Plate flying plenty on the inside is still in front here. Rain Dance Lady's looking for a way out. Ankle Biter under pressure, and down the outside is Min Min Lights. Amber Plate the leader. Rain Dance Lady's coming at it very quickly in the final stages. Amber Plate just in advance of Rain Dance Lady as they go to the post. Oh, tight. Bob of the head here might be Rain Dance Lady from Amber Light or Amber Plate. Third home probably Pen Merrick ahead there of Ankle Biter, and Min Min Lights is close up behind them as they go out of the straighter. Further back in the field then at the head of the rest of them, a long way off the lead there would be She's Electric, and back in behind them then is Yellow Card, followed by Tairani, and well back towards the tail of the field is Glove Puppet. Gee, this has been a good go. Rain Dance Lady on the outside. Good. Race 7 about to get underway. And they're off, and Miss May jumped well towards the inside in advance of Graceful Emma, getting away quickly on the outside. Fleet Forward, and just in behind them the Barded Bride, and Direct Attack is going forward in search of the leader. It's Fleet Forward just in advance now of Direct Attack as they race down the side. A length further back then is Minotaur Miss, being followed by Jingle Bells on the outside of Miss May. In behind them Morissette, the Barded Bride. Graceful Emma's got back in the field, and the next to last they're coming down the side. Blue Thunder Lady and Belldale Blues is last of all. Direct Attack has taken the lead at the 800, led by a length in advance of Minotaur Miss. A length to Jingle Bells on the outside of Fleet Forward. Close up behind the Morissette around the outside of Miss May between runners. The Barded Bride. Miss May got slightly checked there. Graceful Emma moving up on her outside, and then Belldale Blues and Blue Thunder Lady last of all as they come up towards the home turn. Direct Attack leading a half length in advance of Minotaur Miss. Close behind them the inside Fast Forward. They're followed by Graceful Emma, and Morissette is making ground. Belldale Blues is wider, and Miss May's got a long way back in the field as they straighten up. 350 go, and Jingle Bells has taken the lead from Morissette coming down the outside. Graceful Emma. Miss May still a long way back as they run to the 200, where Morissette on the outside and Jingle Bells are clear of Graceful Emma, the Barded Bride, Belldale Blues, and Miss May still giving the leaders a tidy start. Morissette takes the lead with 100 metres left to go and draws away, and Morissette will go on and score well from Jingle Bells. Graceful Emma third, then the Barded Bride, Belldale Blues, Miss May never a chance. Direct Attack, Blue Thunder Lady, Minotaur Miss, and Fleet Forwards run last.
Number 7, Morissette's got the prize. 10.70 and 2.70. Over 11 Jingle Bells.
To a good start too. And Clay Goddess on the outside, one of the first to bound out with Little Rory. Away quickly towards the inside as Yarra Miss, and showing speed just in behind the marker. And they were followed by Smoke There's Fire. A length further back is Onga Can. In behind them is Clinker. Dropping back in the field, followed by Demo Girl. And Mill Lady is last of all. Marker takes the lead coming down the side. A half length to Big Spender. A length and a half Yarra Miss on the inside of Clay Goddess, followed by Bowl Steffi. In behind them, Wide Little Rory. Then over on the inside, Smoke There's Fire, followed by Star of Rancho. And back in behind them, Onga Can from Clinker. Well back towards the tail of the field, Mill Lady and Demo Girl last as they're making the home turn, where Marker is nicely clear and kicked away a length and a half in advance of Big Spender as they straighten up at the 400. Then Yarra Miss in behind them, and down the outside Clay Goddess, followed by Bowl Steffi. Marker was the leader coming to the 250, led by a length and a half to Yarra Miss, who's under the whip trying to peg it back. Smoke There's Fire getting up on the inside. Marker not finding a great deal. Smoke There's Fire driving through in the centres, hit the front. Smoke There's Fire takes the lead from Yarra Miss. Marker can't go on. Clinker coming down the outside, but Smoke There's Fire hangs on and scores. About a half length to Clinker. Yarra Miss might be third, just ahead of Onga Can. Big Spender, Marker Weekend, Star of Rancho, Mill Lady, Demo Lady further back in the field, or Demo Girl that is well back towards the tail of the field there, and a good long way back is Little Rory. Smoke There's Fire getting through that opening about the 200 metre mark, when Marker, who looked to be travelling well at the top of the straight, started to good start. Vitamin's one of the first to hop out in advance of Queen Marauding, beginning well on the outside as Militant Miss looking for the leader, and just in behind them Smoochy Smooch is gathering speed quickly, and Lenny and Bell going up into the firing line in the early stages, followed by Beja Floor. Over on the inside next is Miss Lardy Dar, followed by Marine Spirit getting a check there. Our Sonnets drop well back in the field, being passed in turn by Dance the Night, and they were followed by Skagameo Lady and Steffi's Mate. Settling into stride now and going very fast to take over is Militant Miss by a length in advance here of Smoochy Smooch on the outside of Vitamins. The rails a length further back as Lenny and Bella. They're followed closely by Sly Sandra up on the outside, gaining ground on the rails. King Marauding a length and a half. Miss Lardy Dar further back in the field, moving forward. Mrs. Bentley at the head of the others then, making up some ground around the outside as Dance the Day, followed by Steffi's Mate, Skagameo Lady. Well back Marine Spirit and Our Sonnet last of all. Down towards the home turn, Vitamins half a length in advance of Militant Miss the outside. A length and a half Queen Marauding in the box seat, and just in behind them Lenny and Bell. Deeper on the track is Smoochy Smooch. Very wide there Mrs. Bentley as they straighten up at the 400. Vitamins the leader, about to be tackled down the outside by Militant Miss, and coming at them is Queen Marauding, but under the whip Miss Saladi Dar getting a run through on the inside, is finishing on strongly, and back behind them Lenny and Bell, and Dance the Night in the centre pushing forward takes the leader. Dance the Night in front of Miss Lardy Dar in the final stages, drawing away Dance the Night, and Dance the Night's going to win it from Miss Lardy Dar. Queen Marauding I think third, just ahead of Vitamin, Skagameo Lady, Beja Floor, Mrs. Bentley, Lenny and Bell, followed by Militant Miss, and then came Marine Spirit and Sly Sandra well back towards the tail with Our Sonnet, who got a bad check along the back of the track.
Now at 8.20, down to Ginsling 7.50, Redetta at 10s, 19's Aggie. They're the fancied runners as they're almost set now. John Russell.
They're off in the last of the day, Quintessential. Hello, Danish Habit. Something happened to it after the start. It lost 3 or 4 lengths, has dropped back to be a conspicuous last. Getting away smartly, Redetta went straight to the front from Flame Trail and Quintessential, moving up along the inside as they pass the 1400. They're followed by Aggie over on the outside of Rebel, a length and a half. Lanaria, My Nancy in behind them. Spring Hill Express, followed by Saturday. Then Ginsling, who's tightened for room at that point, being followed by Premium Blender, who was checked slightly, and over on the inside behind them, Care Whittian is second last, and Danish Habit last of all. Redetta travelling easily in the leader, coming down towards the 1,000, led by a length and a half. Flame Trail getting to the box seat, a length and a half further back than Lanaria, who's over on the outside of Quintessential, being followed by Aggie and Rebel. A length then to My Nancy, followed by Spring Hill Express over on the inside of Ginsling going forward, then Saturday. Well back to Care Whittian, followed by Danish Habit, who's dropped back along the inside there, and last of all Premium Blend. Up to the home turn they travel. 700 metres left to go. It's Redetta showing the way by a length to 2 in second place. Flame Trail looks to be travelling very easily. A length and a half then Lanari over on the inside. Quintessential Aggie making ground around them. Then further back Rebel, followed by Ginsling. A length and a half then to Spring Hill Express. Danish Habit's a long way back, so is Premium Blender. And My Nancy as they straighten up, and Care Whittian's a mile back at the top of the straight. 350 to go, where Redetta's about to be tackled by Flame Trail, and coming down the outside Aggie with a good runner. Quintessential in behind them. Ginsling the grey from a long way back making ground. Then Rebel. Redetta tackled by Flame Trail at the 200. Aggie down the outside, and further back is Rebel, and over on the outside is Ginsling's. Insa Flame Trail taking the lead in the final stages is just in front here. Flame Trail, Ginsling flying too late. Flame Trail from Ginsling, third Redetta, followed by Aggie, then Rebel, Danish Habit, Lanaria, followed by Saturday, Quintessential, well back Premium Blend and Care Whittian, and one of the tail enders is My Nancy.
So across the line, number 4 Flame Trail, well supported at 392.40.